The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be one of the most talked about smartphones of 2026. With the launch just a few months away, many users are wondering how it will compare with the Galaxy S25 Ultra and whether the rumored upgrades are worth the switch. Based on early leaks, reports, and reliable insider information, the S26 Ultra seems to offer meaningful improvements in performance, battery power, charging speed, and a few key camera changes. However, many of these changes appear to be incremental instead of groundbreaking. To understand how much better the S26 Ultra could be, it helps to look at the expected specifications. Both the S25 Ultra and the S26 Ultra continue the tradition of large displays. The screen sizes stay the same at 6.9 inches with a resolution of 320x1440, along with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. This display size is best suited for users who enjoy large phones with a cinematic viewing experience. There is no sign of a major redesign on the screen side, which means Samsung seems confident in the display already offered on the S25 Ultra. On the performance side, however, the S26 Ultra is expected to make a noticeable jump. Samsung executives have hinted that the biggest upgrades this year revolve around raw performance, camera processing, and AI capabilities. The new Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset will power the S26 Ultra. Early benchmark results from Qualcomm show a significant performance boost. A reference device with 8032 in single-core and 12218 in multi-core Geekbench tests. In comparison, Galaxy's 25 Ultra reached 3031 and 9829. That is a healthy leap in both everyday performance and heavy-duty tasks. Graphics performance also looks stronger. Qualcomm's new chip achieved more than 55 frames per second in the demanding 3D Mark Solar Bay test. The S25 Ultra managed just over 42 frames per second. This difference points to smoother gaming, faster rendering, and better handling of future AI features. There is talk about memory upgrades, but nothing confirmed. The base version of the S26 Ultra is likely to remain at 12GB RAM, the same as the S25 Ultra. Some regions may receive a 16GB RAM version paired with 1TB storage, but this will probably be limited to select markets. Surprisingly, despite being a leading memory manufacturer, Samsung still appears cautious about increasing RAM across the board. Storage options are expected to stay familiar: 256GB, 512GB, and 1TB. These match the S25 Ultra lineup and no major changes are expected here. On the design side, the S26 Ultra is shaping up to look like a refined version of the S25 Ultra rather than something completely new. Leaks show subtle changes such as slightly increased width and height, but reduced thickness. The S26 Ultra may measure between 7 and 8 mm thick, compared to the 8.1 mm thickness of the S25 Ultra. A thinner body could help the device feel more premium. However, thinner design rumors also raise concerns about the S Pen. One leaker suggested that Samsung might remove the digitizer needed for pressure sensitivity and hover functions. If that happens, the S26 Ultra's S Pen would lose several advanced features. Later reports claim Samsung was not satisfied with early tests, so this decision might change. Renders also hint that the S26 Ultra may have slightly more curved edges and a more raised rear camera bump. Overall, the design changes appear small, but enough to give the new model a fresh identity while keeping the premium Ultra look. The battery and charging upgrades could be a major selling point. While some leaks say Samsung may stick to a 5000 mAh battery again, others confidently point to an increase to 5400 mAh. A bigger battery paired with a more efficient chipset should deliver longer usage time. More exciting is the rumored charging upgrade. One UI 8.5 code suggests that Samsung is preparing 60W fast charging for the S26 Ultra. This is a noticeable improvement over the 45W charging limit on the S25 Ultra. Wireless charging may also rise from 50W to 2050W, offering faster cable-free charging. The camera department delivers a mix of upgrades and familiar elements. The main camera is expected to use the same 200-megapixel sensor as the S25 Ultra, but with a wider f1.4 aperture. This larger aperture allows around 47% more light to enter the sensor, which can significantly improve low-light photography and overall clarity. Some early rumors claimed Samsung would bring back variable aperture, a feature last seen in the Galaxy S10. However, this rumor appears to have faded as newer leaks confirm the fixed f1.4 setup. The 50-megapixel ultrawide and the 50-megapixel periscope telephoto lens with 5x zoom are expected to remain the same as last year. The 3x telephoto lens, however, is rumored to receive a small upgrade from 10 megapixel to 12 megapixel. A new laser autofocus sensor may also be added, along with Samsung's next-generation ProVisual engine to improve image processing speed and accuracy. Individually, these camera upgrades may look small, but when combined with the new chipset's advanced image processing, the S26 Ultra could deliver better photography overall, especially in low-light environments. For the release date, Samsung is expected to hold its Galaxy Unpacked event on February 25, 2026. This would place the official launch in the first week of March. The S25 Ultra launched at $102.99, and Samsung maintained that pricing for 2 years. Some analysts believe there might be a price increase, but others think Samsung will keep the same pricing to stay competitive with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. In terms of overall outlook, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is highly likely to be one of the top smartphones of 2026. With a faster processor, improved charging, a larger battery, and upgraded image processing, the S26 Ultra is designed to enhance performance in all the areas that matter daily. However, for current S25 Ultra users, the upgrades may not feel dramatic enough to rush for an upgrade. The improvements appear more evolutionary than revolutionary. Still, for anyone coming from an older device, the S26 Ultra could be one of the most complete and powerful Android phones available in 2026. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.